telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right.
Did you know most of the conflicts you can resolve when you follow proactive approaches rather than being reactive and egoistic? In this video, I'm going to share with you how to resolve conflicts effectively. And I'm going to share with you 4 approaches: win-win, win-lose, lose-win, and lose-lose approach. I'll also explain to you how to use these approaches as well as when to use these approaches. The 4 approaches I'm going to teach you can be used in different scenarios. You may use them at home front, workplace, as well as in political arena. But in this video, I'm going to share with you how to resolve conflicts effectively at your workplace as an effective leader, effective manager. First of all, remember, under these approaches, there may be a lot of methods, but these approaches give you guidelines to resolve the conflicts. According to this quadrant, there are 2 main concepts you have to understand really well: assertiveness and cooperativeness. There is high assertiveness and low assertiveness, and there is high cooperativeness and low cooperativeness. Now, what does assertive mean? If I put a line like this for the behavior, this side you're having the passive behavior, on the other side you're having the aggressive behavior. Between these 2 extremes, you're having the assertive behavior. Now you are having low assertiveness as well as high assertiveness. Low assertive means you give the other person to lead. You give the other person a chance to communicate. But on the other hand, high assertive means you are not giving a chance for the other person to communicate and to lead. You take the control. You are more focused on your own opinion and needs. Then there is another concept called cooperativeness. That means your willingness to work with the other people. High cooperative in the sense that you are having a great willingness to work with the others. But on the other hand, you are having low cooperativeness when you are having less willingness to work with the other people. Right. Now, based on this concept, we are having 4 approaches to resolve the conflicts. Win-win approach, high cooperativeness, high assertiveness. Win-lose approach, high assertiveness but low cooperativeness. Lose-win approach, low assertiveness and high cooperativeness. Lose-lose approach, low cooperativeness and low assertiveness. Now we'll go to the win-win approach. In this approach, you are going to win and the other party also going to win. Or else, as a manager, if you try to solve a conflict, both the parties, A and B, both the parties going to win. When you're dealing with this type of a problem, you have to face-to-face deal with that. This is actually a situation when you want to make a quick and a definite result. You want to create the best solution. You want to get the commitment of the both parties. Most importantly, when you consider both parties are really important. Therefore, when the both parties are important, you have to address the needs of the both parties. This will enhance the team morale, team collaboration, and this will help you to take long-term solution rather than the short-term fix. I'll give you a few examples. Now imagine a situation, there are 2 employees. They're having the conflict over who is superior. As a manager, have an open discussion. Let them clarify, let them acknowledge that both roles are really important for that task. Clarify the roles. Even if it's a minor role, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it contributes to the organization. It contributes to the overall project. But I have encountered many a times people don't like to come to a compromise because of the ego problems. It happens in the larger organizations and they have to cost their whole organization because of that. You remember what happened to Nokia? The R&D department, they split into 2. One was focusing for the Symbian software, other one was for MeeGo software. They were having internal conflict. Both of them were arguing that they are superior than the other. They have the conflict to divide the resources. What happened? The competitors chased them away. Now I will tell you a common conflict between the marketing department and the sales department. Imagine 2 departments are fighting because they just want to get the big share in the budget. Now if the both managers are narrow-minded, they will have the conflict like that because they just want to get the bigger piece of a cake. But if they are really proactive, both of them will think about how to enlarge the cake, then even they get a small slice, that would be a big outcome. So in a situation like this, there is no superior department. We'll take another example. Assume there is a new product launch of a company. Sales department is involved, operation department is involved, manufacturing department is involved, finance department is involved. Sales people are telling that they just want to release the product and they're having a different idea about the deadline. But the manufacturing people as well as the operation people, they're having a different idea about the deadline. The finance people are having a totally different idea about the deadline. Now, anyone is arguing who is superior, they will all lose. So therefore, every one of them should understand the importance of everybody's role. They have to come to a conclusion about the deadline considering the market situation. Now we'll go to the second approach, win-lose situation. That means you are going to win, the other party going to lose. That means you are going to apply low cooperativeness but high assertiveness. When you need to make decisions like this, when you want to make quick decisions, when there is no any negotiations, because there is no time for the negotiation. When you want to enforce company values, rules, policies, and ethical standards. When the employees' requests are not feasible because they are not tally with the business objectives of the organization. Now imagine a situation that you are having a non-negotiable contract with one of the major clients. Now a couple of your employees come to you and they say they want to extend the deadline because of the excessive quality concerns, but you can't allow that because the contract is non-negotiable. Assume you're a marketing manager. On the next month, you're going to launch a product, a new product. One of your employees asks for annual leave for 10 days, 14 days time period. She wants to go for a tour. Can you allow to do that? No, that is not feasible. Now we'll go to the lose-win approach. That means you are going to lose, the other party is going to win. Do you want to make decisions like that? Yes, there are instances you have to make decisions in a situation like this. That means your cooperativeness is really high, but your assertiveness is really low. Can you think about a situation where you need to make decisions like this? When your relationship matters most rather than the outcome or rather than the issue, you have to follow this approach to resolve conflicts. Now you're having the conflict with your wife, you're having a conflict with your husband, or you're having a conflict with the children. Your relationship is really important, right? So rather than focusing on the issue, rather than focusing on your outcome, you have to compromise that. If you want to save your relationship, you have to cut your ego. It's just like we cut our nails, but not the fingers. The same approach we have to apply here. Now in an organization, who are the most important people, you should not screw up your relationship. Your immediate boss, superiors, your important clients, the clients who fall into the 20% of the category, and as well as your A players, because they are the people who contribute 80% of the contribution to your team. But there is one condition. You have to apply this approach for the minor issues, not for the bigger business goals. Bigger business goals, they should not be compromised. When you follow this approach, you think about the long term and it will enhance the morale and the engagement of the employees. Assume you are a senior manager of an organization. In your department, there are many employees, but most of them go for client visits in the morning. So therefore, they have very spare time for the meetings. But you are having a convenience time for the meeting. But thinking about your subordinates, your employees, your team members, you schedule the meetings in the evening because they are having the free time. You are following the lose-win approach. Assume there is an A player in your department and he is overloaded because of the seasonal issues. At this time, you can take some of the work to your shoulders and release him from his work pressure. You will build a relationship with him. You will be having a very strong relationship with him. Now we'll go to the final approach, lose-lose approach. You are going to lose and the other party is going to lose. Or if there are two parties and if you are the mediator or if you are the person going to resolve the conflicts, both the parties are going to lose. That means cooperativeness is low, assertiveness is low. When do you want to make such a decision to resolve the conflicts? When neither party can win without a major consequence. Sometimes you have to make the decision making delayed because otherwise it will be having bigger repercussions. And also when no one wants to resolve, you can follow this approach. Now assume a situation like this. There are two employees. They don't compromise each other. What you are going to do is, rather than you take the side of one party, you postpone the decision making. If they don't compromise, what would happen? Both of them will get defeated. They will learn a bitter lesson at the end of the day. Imagine a situation that two parties come to you and ask extra funds, but actually you don't have that much of budget. You decline that. This is the approach you are going to follow. Assume you are an investor of an organization, but the employee is doing strikes and picketing and all those kind of things. They are not performing really well. Several times you try to resolve the conflict, but it didn't work. The final approach, you are going to take back your money. Both parties are going to win, but you will stop a major deterioration for your investment. Understand these approaches. Be innovative. Try to follow a different method under these approaches. Please comment below what kind of methods you are going to follow and what kind of conflicts you are going to resolve. I hope you got the insights out of this video. I'll see you soon with another video like this. Good luck.